recovery from paranoid schizophrenia for over 15 years. It's a diagnosis, it doesn't define me, and I really don't even think about it. My first doctor told me my life was over and I would never do any of the things that I used to do. Like drive a car, go back to school, work full time, get married, and live independently, and live in society under normative expectations. So my recovery journey started at that moment because I was not going to let anybody, especially a doctor, dictate the course of my life. My first experience with NAMI was about 15 years ago during one of my many, many hospitalizations. I was told there was a support group, so it took me days to get up enough courage to go. I went to the meeting, I started chatting with the facilitator. I was turned away because I was the one with the mental illness. So it was early in my recovery journey, and we didn't have many supports in the community. I wanted recovery, but I didn't know where to find it. I struggled a lot trying to find different ways to maintain my wellness. And over the years, I've tried a variety of different things. I love reading culinary murder mysteries, and mindfulness and meditation keeps me calm, keeps me in the moment, gets me through my day. I love baking, and I find that the mixing and the scooping and the kneading is very therapeutic. Photography is great, gets me outside, and keeps me connected to the world and the people and things I photograph. I've always had an interest in writing, so I try to do daily journaling to help me unwind. I find that spending my free time around positive people really, it helps recovery, and it helps me feel good. I like to have people in my life that can support, encourage, and radiate hope and healing energy. And I find that following a sleep schedule really makes me feel good and keeps me on track. Wellness recovery action planning has really helped me. I love that it's something that I can create for myself, by myself, without any advice or comments from a doctor or a therapist. And RAPT has helped me through this challenging time this year with finding balance. And I love that RAPT can be for anyone who wants to create a positive change in their life. Through all this, I still wanted more for myself in regards to recovery. I was determined to find a support group that myself and others could benefit from. I couldn't find one, so I established the Peer Alliance League, or PALS. That's a support group open for any adult who struggles with mental health challenges. We meet twice a month at this time for an hour each time. And I was amazed. I was amazed that people showed up. I wasn't the only person in my community who wanted a support group. And over time, the group has grown to over about 20 people. And I had no idea what the impact of my life would be from starting such a simple support group. The facilitator of the Otsego County NAMI support group heard about PALS, and she invited me for coffee. And I remember that day clearly. We spent 3 hours talking about everything mental health related: stigma, poverty, community resources, the possibility of hope, etc. So after that, she invited me to be on the Otsego County NAMI Board of Directors. And I really had a hard time with that because I thought that I wasn't smart enough and I didn't have enough knowledge to be a part of that. But all I had to do was bring my passion to help others, and I was voted in. Shortly after that, after meeting Steve Michio and my now good friend and colleague Jason Hayden, I was encouraged to participate in the In Our Own Voice training through NAMI in spring of 2013. And I really didn't know what I was getting myself into at the time, but looking back, I am so glad that I did it, because I love traveling and spreading the word that there is hope, healing, and recovery from mental health challenges. In 2 years, I've done about 40 presentations to universities, hospitals, and many, many community-based organizations. I was so blessed to be awarded my first NAMI scholarship in November of 2013. And at the conference, I had heard of a position called peer specialist. And I couldn't believe that people with lived experiences would actually be able to work in clinics and hospitals and clubhouses and get paid, because after all, I was told I would never work again. So I was so intrigued. So I did some research, and I started the online classes through the Academy of Peer Services immediately. After the conference, I did an in-hour own voice presentation at the Mountain View Social Club, where I was volunteering my time facilitating wellness self-management. The Mountain View Social Club is a nonprofit organization that serves people who struggle with mental health challenges. It's located in Oneonta, and it is run by Rehabilitation Support Services. It's a voluntary day program that runs between the hours of 8 a.m. and 3:30 p.m. with some activities being held Saturday evenings. The director of the social club heard my vision that I somehow wanted to transform it into a wellness and recovery center. At that time, it was more just a hangout. It was a place to sit, drink coffee, and watch television. So I was hired part-time as a peer activity leader for Mountain View in January of 2014, shortly after doing that presentation. And I was super excited to be working, even though I wasn't given any direction. I was told to fill my time any way I wanted, as long as it was wellness and recovery related. So I started programs like open discussion, walking, expressive arts, creative writing, mindfulness and meditation, and I continued with wellness self-management. And I found joy in the fact that people were coming to my classes instead of watching television. I was so excited that others had an interest in learning about mental health challenges and how to recover. Slowly, the television was turned off, and people were engaging with others and working on their recovery. People were actually trying to listen and support and encourage others through what they were learning in my classes. And our membership increased weekly as new members were coming in. My position at Mountain View led me to an invitation to be on the Otsego County Mental Health Subcommittee, as well as the Regional Advisory Committee. Again, I felt like I didn't have the confidence or the knowledge to be a part of this, but I was voted in and I was welcomed. Through all this, my recovery was getting stronger and stronger, and I love helping others along their recovery journey. I felt happier with myself and where my life was going. I had more confidence and more self-esteem. I was doing volunteer work in my community and meeting more and more people. Not only was I getting the support that I needed, I was helping others with their difficulties. So in spring of 2014, I decided to take the training to become a peer-to-peer education mentor and actually teaching others that recovery is not only a possibility, but a reality for many, really helped my self-esteem and my self-confidence. I have taught 2 classes and plan on teaching a 3rd in spring of 2016. In January of 2015, something amazing happened. I was hired full-time through Rehabilitation Support Services as the first peer engagement specialist for Otsego County, working out of the Adult Behavioral Health Services Clinic. It was amazing. When I was asked if I wanted the job, I was amazed. Of course I did. Who doesn't want a job? Who does not want to work full-time? And so many emotions were going through my head at that time. I had no clue. I don't remember the rest of the interview. I was told that I had to have an interview with the Director of Community Services and the Deputy Director of the clinic. After leaving that interview, I was angry at myself because I knew and I felt that I had said everything wrong. But it was still a dream for me, especially when I was shown my office and I had to pick out furniture for it. And I still didn't believe it. After the background check came through, it was actually one certain day. I was told, this is the end of your day, finish up, say your goodbyes, clean out your closet. And it was amazing because I was happy yet freaked out to start something new at the clinic. Because this would be my first full-time job, and I'm 38 years old. Again, there was not a lot of direction with the position, but I was okay with that. it gave me an opportunity to think of different and effective ways to provide peer services. And I was confident in my training and through my experience at Mountain View. And I really believe in the importance and the value of peer services. Since leaving Mountain View and coming to the clinic, I have passed the baton on to others. The calendar is jam-packed full of activities, and I am proud to say they are all peer-run. And there are peers in many other roles as well, and they get paid. There are drivers that pick up the local members, drive to shopping centers, go to farmers markets, and swimming locations. There are peers that prepare and serve the daily lunch. There are peers who clean and keep the facility sparkling clean. There are peers that operate the Otsego County Warm Line, as well as put together our Yellow Resource Guide. And these positions fall under the category of supported employment. Some people do these to learn a trade, build resumes, get paid, and qualify for Medicaid for the working disabled. And there's actually a team of people at the clubhouse now that continue to learn about the most effective way to provide peer service. I believe that the transformation was a positive one, and it is still in progress. But I think it's a good place for people to not only socialize, but to learn different techniques to help them along their recovery journey. And I feel like we've gone from a group of people who really didn't know each other to more of a cohesive community where the majority of the people are now encouraging others along their paths. But I must say, working at the clinic is awesome. And as a peer specialist, my job is to give support as well as have a mutual relationship. I meet clients where they're at and accept where they are on their recovery journey. I help clients internalize a sense of wellness and self-worth while using person-first language and sometimes sharing part of my personal story. I encourage goal setting and achieving and focusing on what's strong rather than what's wrong. I connect people to community resources as well as help with crisis support. I go into the home with our local mobile crisis assessment team representative as well as our in-home stabilization representative. I do waiting room engagement where I talk to the clients and I tell them the services that I provide. I facilitate treatment readiness group where we talk about the barriers, what's getting in the way of keeping appointments, why are you not coming to the clinic? And I think it's amazing as a peer, people are really honest about that. And I love that. And also as a peer, I find that people are more honest and comfortable when I tell them that I too have mental health challenges. Also, I like to promote that there is hope, healing, and recovery. I also facilitate a monthly WRAP, Wellness Recovery Action Planning Group, and I will be starting a SMASH booking group in December. My main goal is to keep people out of the hospital and emergency room and in their own community environment. I promote the wellness and recovery paradigm since I believe we have come so far from the medical model. Wellness occurs through the course of one's life, and we must include all the dimensions of wellness, including health, home, community, and a sense of purpose. I continue to do a lot in the community to bring attention to others struggling with mental health challenges and their loved ones. I was just voted in for my 3rd year on the NAMI Otsego board. I am on the Otsego County Mental Health Subcommittee, as well as the Otsego County Council on Human Services. I served a 1-year term on the Regional Advisory Committee. I am a guest lecturer at the SUNY Oneonta's Clinical Psychology class. I am involved in the System of Care for Teens initiative and also am on the District Medicaid Redesign team. I am proud to say that I am a New York State Certified Peer Specialist. I am a Certified Recovery Coach and a Copeland Center WRAP Facilitator. And before getting involved with NAMI, my life was good. It was good. But so many doors have opened for me because of my involvement with NAMI. and I can actually say that I love my life and I love what I do.